And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hurricane Field for this evening's Peach Belt Conference women's soccer matchup featuring the visiting Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia, taking on your Georgia Southwestern State University Lady Hurricanes. At this time, let's meet the starting 11 for both schools this evening. First, for the visiting Nighthawks. Number 25, Renee Van Horn. Number 18, Asa Thorson. Number 1, Hannah Gowdy. Number 8, Michaela Sundstrom. Number 9, Rosie Embley. Number 13, Taylor Malashik. Number 14, Jasmine Adlam. Number 19, McKay Shively. Number 20, Olivia Dunphy. Number 22, Charlotte Rindt. And number 23, Mackenzie Brennan. Head coach of the visiting Nighthawks in his 15th season is Chris Adams. Assistant coaches Kaylee Ralton and Daniel Saucedo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your Lady Hurricanes. A 5'7" freshman from Alpharetta, Georgia, number 1, Hannah Marone. A 5'3" senior from Americus, Georgia, number 9, Ella Hawkins. A 5'1" junior from Hiram, Georgia, number 4, Michelle Gustafson. A 5'1" freshman from Sewanee, Georgia, number 5, Alicia Barr. A 5'6" senior from Columbus, Georgia, number 6, Rachel Cochran. 5'6" junior from Decatur, Georgia, number 8, Allison Rugel. A 5'3" sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, number 11, Layla Ahmed. A 5'5" freshman for Aras, Brazil, number 15, Duda. 5'11" freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, number 17, Ashlyn Baker. A 5'4" sophomore from Warner Robins, Georgia, number 24, Shannon Walsh. And a 5'8" junior from Leesburg, Georgia, number 26, Josie Nix. Head coach of the Lady Canes in his second season, Enrique Rodriguez. Assistant coach, Katie Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would ask that you please rise and join both schools here this evening as we honor America through the playing of our national anthem.
And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Surge Sports Network, home of Georgia Southwestern State University Athletics. It's Peach Belt Conference action here tonight. Lady Hurricanes, daunting task tonight of entertaining the 23rd ranked team in the country, the Nighthawks from North Georgia.
Don't forget where we look. You don't have to stop waiting back. Play it. Do that. Do that. Get in front of 20. Right there in central. So if you receive it, you get a space.
Yes, Renee, well done. Out of the way, Renee. Good service. Come on, Blue, no letdowns. Let's go. Big five. Well done, Renee.
Well, it didn't take long for the Nighthawks to attack and quickly score. We're kind of getting things settled in here. I believe the goal was touched in by number 25, Renee Van Horn, but we'll confirm that on the live stats broadcast. You're going to have to stay on her camera. And it'll be all on you, sir.
Coming slow that time. Time. Get her shape.
No, don't back off, Ella. Ella, don't back off. Deny the service.
Out of the way, Rose. Checked it. Combine. Don't everyone run away. Combine.
Lisa, check your player.
Go Judah, combine.
Let's go, Blue!
Jasmine, relax and play.
Bring it down.
Play soccer. Come on, Renee. Come on, Renee. Tight, Mac. Tight. Tight.
Support, Lisa.
Gamble. Tight.
Good, good. Do that, show up. Next time, she needs to see you do that.
Space. Come on, Ace. Come on, Ace.
Support, Shannon. Talk to her.
So let's try this one more time. A good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome Peach Belt Conference women's soccer action here on our YouTube channel, home of the Surge Sports Network. GSW Athletics is where you can find us on YouTube. Lady Hurricanes again with a daunting task today, taking on the 23rd ranked Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia. North Georgia comes in with a mark of 5-1 overall. They're 2-0 here in the early going of Peach Belt Conference play. Georgia Southwestern, a 2-5 record. The Lady Hurricanes yet to win a Peach Belt Conference match this year, 0-2 heading into today's action.
Hey, move yourself. Move the ball. Let's go. Come on. Turn it over.
So for those of you just joining us, yep, that's right, North Georgia, a quick score. 1-0 here in the early going, less than 10 minutes into this one. North Georgia just getting back into the top 25 with the latest poll released here yesterday, I believe. They cracked back into the top 25 and will look to move up here as the season progresses.
When we have possession, we put out.
For those of you that are interested, there's also the live stats feed going on as well. So if you're a numbers person and like to have those stats out in front of you, you can find the link on our website at gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. a mobile device will have a calendar in the top right corner. If you click on that, that'll show not only the video link, but the live stats link for today's feed. You can also get there on a desktop just by scrolling down to the scoreboard section of the website. Just scroll down and there will be today's match and a link as well for live stats. Those live stats links and the video link also available on the North Georgia Athletics webpage, as well as the Peach Belt Conference.
Next ball, you switch with Josie. Switch with Josie. Next ball.
Lady Hurricanes playing their 4th match at home this season. They're 1-2. Actually, that's not correct. 0-2 rather. Started with a 3-match road trip. Our program is off on that one. A couple of losses at home, including 3-0 to Middle Georgia State and 2-1 to Warner back on the 15th. So it's been 11 days since the Lady Hurricanes had a chance to hit the pitch here in Americus. And again, taking on North Georgia. This will be the 2nd straight ranked opponent for the Lady Hurricanes, and 2nd-year coach, head coach Enrique Rodriguez. The Lady Hurricanes coming off a trip to Milledgeville, where they hung with the Bobcats, who were then ranked 13th. Another chance for a score. Marone will try to get it out of there. Hurricanes kicking it around. Got it out of at least out of the 6-yard box. Another kick, and this one will go to the right of Marone and into the goal. Just too much ground to cover, too much chaos, and another goal for the Nighthawks. Quickly up on top, 2-0 in this affair. So the Lady Canes did a good job to kind of get it out of harm's way immediately, as it was right in front of the goal, freshman goalkeeper for the Lady Hurricanes. But unfortunately, as the ball got out, it also gave the Nighthawks a little more space and a little more angle options, and in you go. 2-0 quickly in favor of the visitors from North Georgia. Well, this has been a one-sided matchup here over pretty much since the Lady Hurricanes joined the ranks and GSW became a member of the Division II affiliation. The last few, just to look at the last 3 years, heading up until today's matchup, it was 11-0 in favor of the Nighthawks, 8-0 2 years ago, and a 10-0 score last year. So Lady Hurricanes will see if they can hold on. This one a little bit different from the matchup with Georgia College, where the Lady Hurricanes actually did a great job of hanging with the then 13th ranked Bobcats. It was 2-0 until very late in the match. Still trailing, still down at the break, but it was a 2-0 score until late in the second half. And in fact, 2 goals were scored in the final 2 minutes to really make that one look lopsided on paper. 5-0 was the final score in that one, but it wasn't until very late that Georgia College was able to pull away and kind of have the padded victory back on Saturday in Milledgeville.
Drop midfield. Stretch.
So this is kind of an odd 6 o'clock start. Now the Lady Hurricanes and GSW Soccer here at Hurricane Field. This is our first season of having lights and being able to play some night matches. It's always been those brutal mid-afternoon, 1:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 3:30, somewhere in that hour where they've had to schedule matches, and it's just awful. And the only problem for our fans in attendance watching on the other side is they'll be staring right into the setting sun here for a few minutes until they can finally get over the horizon behind us. So tough on the fans a little bit, but I know still a blessing to have the evening hours and again under the lights for the first time. But this is a 6 o'clock start instead of 7 or 7:30. I guess midweek action and an opportunity to get the Nighthawks back up on the road to Dahlonega tonight and still get home at a little bit more decent hour.
Get off for Rose. Yeah. Play simple. Beat. Sure.
Elisa, that's how lost we are.
2v1, you and
That's how
I.
lost we are, Elisa.
Early movements forwards. Early
Come on.
movement.
Come on, away. Hey, watch it,
Move
Josie.
it.
Watch
Move
it,
it.
Josie.
Keep
Do
moving
that.
it. Keep moving it.
So for those of you just joining us, we'll run down the starting 11 for both schools here as play continues on. And You can watch the action while we run down the starters for both schools. But first we'll start with the Nighthawks. In his 15th season, the head coach of the Nighthawks is Chris Adams. The starting 11 for North Georgia tonight was something like this. Between the pipes, the goalkeeper for UNG is number 1, junior Hannah Gowdy. Joining her on the pitch tonight, senior number 8, Michaela Sundstrom. Junior number 9, Rosie Embley. Sophomore number 13, Taylor Malashik. Freshman number 14, Jasmine Adayam. Senior number 18, Asa Thorson. Senior number 19, McKay Shively. Junior number 20, Olivia Dunphy. Junior number 22, Charlotte Rind. Sophomore number 23, Mackenzie Brennan. And senior number 25, Renee Van Horn. Van Horn with the first goal of the match, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll kind of run down a little bit of what's happened if you are just joining us here in the early going. But North Georgia wasting no time to get up quickly on the Lady Hurricanes here tonight in this one. Throw in coming by the Gustafson.
Guys, too casual.
With this, we'll give you a chance to look at the starting 11 for head coach Enrique Rodriguez and the Lady Hurricanes. You see in goal tonight, freshman Hannah Marone. We'll meet her a little bit more later. Rachel Cochran, Jenna Walsh, Gustafson, who I mentioned, Josie Nix. Anchoring the defensive efforts tonight, Alicia Barr, Allison Rugel, Layla Ahmed, Ashlyn Baker, and up front for the Lady Hurricanes, Ella Hawkins, and Miss Duda, as the Lady Canes say she likes to go by, Miss Duda Eduarda Just. So there you go. First substitutions of the match come out of North Georgia. First substitution.
Substitution for North Georgia checking into the match is number 4, Danny Chartouni.
Chartouni, a junior, Sugar Hill, Georgia. Checking in, first sub of the match. So I mentioned in his 15th season is leading the Nighthawks is Chris Adams, his assistant coach, and one of his assistant coaches rather. In her second season is Kaylee Ralton. And for those of you familiar with into the box, might get a shot off here, just to the left.
Casual, come on!
Daniel Saucedo in his first year assisting jumping ship here from Americas. Now, Daniel was actually an assistant with the men's program as recently as last year, and he wanted to get back to school and get a little bit of change of scenery, maybe while pursuing his degree, and an opportunity presented himself at North Georgia. So he stayed in the Peach Belt, but Coach Saucedo is now on the women's side of things, as he's a member of the North Georgia coaching staff this season. Second season for the head coach of the Lady Hurricanes, Enrique Rodriguez. I mentioned his name earlier, and his assistant this year, a heck of a player at the University of Buffalo in her first season, is Katie Roberts. So Georgia Southwestern, a little bit of action on their offensive end here in the early going. Got a lot of work to do to try to catch up. Quick strikes from North Georgia here tonight. And it's a goal for the Lady Hurricanes. How about that, folks?
Now play.
Lady Hurricanes goal scored by number 9, Ella Hawkins.
Well, folks, you got to go back. I mentioned the last 3 years of this series. Most recently, if you go back to the 4th year, the one I didn't touch on and go back that far, that's the last time the Lady Hurricanes scored on the Nighthawks. 11-1 was the final score in that match. The Lady Hurricanes now trail 2-1. They've cut the lead in half and have definitely caught the attention of the 23rd ranked program from North Georgia. Well, that'll break, let's see, last goal for the Lady Hurricanes came on the 19th. They were at Clayton State, Peach Belt Conference, so that's their second conference goal of the season. 4-1 was the loss in that one. Best offensive performance this season came against Southern Wesleyan in a win where it was 3-2. So with that goal, we're actually going to give you, it seems like a pretty good time to talk to you and introduce you to the lady who scored that goal, Ella Hawkins, number 9. The senior just picked up goal number 4 now as she's is eclipsed 500 minutes in the season. Hawkins leads the Lady Hurricanes with 4 scores. Good cross and an easy tap. Oh, I think that one got off the cross, or off the post rather. Boy, that tap in was right there and just didn't quite put it away. Cross somehow finds this way. There's the angle, and this one's going to be a little bit wide. So this one will roll to the right of the post. Far post player down now for North Georgia. Hopefully she'll be a little slow to get up. Hopefully she'll be all right. Referee checking on her to make sure. It looks like it might be number 4. No. Nope. Definitely not. 25 for the Nighthawks. The one player slow to get up, that's Renee Van Horn.
Don't lose it, eh? Okay, okay. Double there, yeah? Connect now. Okay, keep it off, keep it off. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Ashley! Ashley! Hey! Hey! Simply! Just simple! Don't complicate!
Hey, what's when the goal kick? Let's go, Blue! Come on, Blue! Let's relax and get moving!
Keep moving your feet, Layla! Support! Hold it, Josie! Hold it, bro! Okay, okay. I'll just read it. Josie, stay central. Josie, halfway. Yep. No bounce, guys! No bounce! Alisa, don't get lost now! Don't get lost! Yes, now you do it. Don't dive in. Don't dive in. Follow. Yes. Yes, connect. Connect.
Oh, good lead pass. She's through. This is going to give her a one-on-one chance. Nice stop by Marone. Next opportunity, we'll introduce you to the freshman keeper, Hannah Marone, number 1, making the nice save there on the breakaway. We'll wait until after the, well, actually, tell you what, we'll pop it up now while they go to the corner kick. There she is down there. The freshman keeper from Alpharetta, 2.96 goals allowed this season. The freshman has done a great job between the pipes and just made a great save there. Her save percentage coming in .667. She's had to stop 30. Having started now 6 of the Lady Hurricanes' 8 games.
Hey, turn on! Awake already! Awake! Everybody, come on! Come on, awake, boy!
So hopefully good things lie ahead for the freshman keeper for the Lady Hurricanes. Back of a stop there, Hannah Marone. So we're under 25 to go in the first half. 2-1 to score in favor of North Georgia.
Double and finish. All right, now go high. High over here. Yes? Delay.
Nice job by Ahmed in the middle for the Lady Hurricanes. We'll have a sub in. Number 21 for North Georgia is checking into the match now.
North Georgia substitution number 21, Meredith Tucker.
So Tucker checks in for the Nighthawks. Tucker, a 5'6" freshman, Decula, Georgia, Lakeview Academy.
Good. Step up, Rachel. Here you go now, Rachel. Alisa, go high. Alisa, go high. Go, Alisa, go, Alisa. Steve, Rachel. Watch it deep now. White.
I'm good.
Hey, Rachel, go deep.
Huh?
There you go.
Why were you late?
Good, Alisa, good. Keep going now, keep going.
What happened?
Come here. Come here, come here. Okay, yeah, no turn. Ella, be ready.
So they were flat, that should go into space.
Simple, Ashley, simple.
Race to the ball.
Shut on. Away.
North Georgia controls.
Away.
It's blinking.
And here comes the feed in.
Just
Shot just to the right of the post. Another opportunity. Lady Hurricanes come out clean. Good
Put it over there. I don't care.
tough shot to pick it out of the air, but that was a heck of an attempt there by North Georgia in goal. I think that was, in fact, number 4 who taken the shot. Chartouni. And now checking in is number 10. We'll introduce her for the crowd in attendance.
North Georgia substitution number 10, Christina Birkingstock.
Did you turn it down? Because mine.
So Birkingstock, a
I turned it
sophomore,
down
also
when
from
it was-
Decula,
It looks not good.
Georgia native. Long ball in. I don't think Nix won't be able to get there in time. Keep her up to make the stop. That one over the head of Cochran. She's got to get it back.
Get away from her.
And now it'll be the feed in from 13. The header by 21. Put in back left corner. Nothing Marone can do about it. And it'll be a goal by Tucker, who had recently checked in for North Georgia. For Tucker, that's goal. Let's see if we can find that for you. Where are you, Miss Tucker? Goal number 2 of the season.
North Georgia goal scored by number 21, Meredith Tucker.
3-1 now, the score, as that was the... Has that switched over yet? Third or fourth shot on goal, been very efficient. That'll be third on goal. All three have gone between the pipes, according to the live stats here. So the assist is credited to Chartouni. For Chartouni, that's her fourth assist of the fall. She's got 2 goals, 4 assists. Another breakaway opportunity, the pass through Baker. Almost left it too soft for the keeper, Marone, but she gets it off and it gets it away. A lot of action, high, up and down the field we've gone. North Georgia with some good looks. Lady Hurricanes getting the ball on their offensive end quite a bit here in the opening 45 minutes, so it's been a up and down pace to this match so far. Here's the throw in from Cochran, hard ball off the foot of her intended target. It was Nix. Back to the middle, it'll be Ahmed who will take the long boot, but it's going to go left and bounce over the end line for a goal kick. Substitution coming in now for North Georgia. It's going to be number 12. That's Grace Morgan checking in. We'll announce it for the folks in attendance.
North Georgia substitution number 12, Grace Morgan.
This one going to be saved here on the near side of the field, right under our media tower. Those right under our nose are a little bit hard to get on the video broadcast, so hang with us. If it's out of your the shot's out of your view for just a moment, we'll catch up with it here in a minute. Hawkins with a nice little behind the back. Now she'll try to bring it to the middle. Hard work, good defense. Had to get by Brennan, couldn't do so. Brennan got the second goal of the match for North Georgia, that one coming back in the 7th minute. So Van Horn, Brennan, and Tucker have scored so far for UNG. And again, the GSW goal, if you're just tuning in, came from Ella Hawkins back in the 15th minute, just at the start of the 15th minute of this one. Lights are on at Hurricane Field. And I think a little bit easier viewing now for the folks across the way as the sun has finally dipped below the trees in the horizon behind our media tower here and also on your view. Now the Nighthawks will march it here to the near side. Back to Brennan. Brennan looking to get it to her teammate, Kant, so now they'll track it down here on the near side, try to regain possession. Let it roll out of bounds. Throw in coming from Brennan. Along the near side, under 18 to go until the break. So you see Michelle Gustafson on the attack there, number 4. She's here on the near side. We'll give you a quick peek of Michelle, the junior Michelle Gustafson. She's got 1 goal this season. She has played a ton of minutes already, approaching 700 minutes. Takes less than a shot a game, but Michelle's been all over it. And you've heard her name called out a couple times, as now Gustafson will do the throw in here on the near side. Quick note about this, Lady Hurricanes get ready for their first another substitution here. I think this is in fact the first for GSW.
Checking into the match for the Lady Hurricanes is number 16, Jasmine Westbrook.
Westbrook, a freshman from Warner Robins, Georgia. Trying to save it. Was that Hawkins down there? No. was actually Barr that had tried to keep that one in. Deflection. But Gustafson not only not only a key player in the midfield for the Lady Hurricanes, but Georgia Southwestern's female scholar athlete of the year right there, Gustafson. Taking care of business in the classroom as well as being an integral part of what Coach Rodriguez has going. Here's a shot that's has some pretty good pace on it, but sails a little bit left. I believe that shot was by Allison Rugel, and it just so happens we can introduce you to Miss Rugel as well. Number 8, Allison Rugel, joining us from Decatur, Georgia. This is her first season for the junior. She's got a goal and an assist. Played now over 600 minutes, and she's taken a couple more shots, or is averaging just a little bit more on the shots per game category than the other ladies that you've introduced have met so far this evening, 2.7. And there was a shot from Rugel right there that sailed left of the pipe. So you've kind of met some of the top, along with the goalkeeper for the Lady Hurricanes. You've met some of the top offensive players. I think we're going to miss one, Emily Collum. She's unable to go tonight, I believe. She suffered an injury, if I'm not mistaken. It was a concussion protocol that she is under. So we hope to have her back real soon. The freshman has been a spark plug. But Hawkins, you saw her before. She has the goal already in this one. 4 goals to lead Georgia Southwestern offensively. Collum has 2 goals and an assist. She's out tonight. Rugel, a goal and an assist, would rank right behind her. And Gustafson as well. The last of the Hurricane players, Lady Cane players, to have a goal this season. She's got 1 goal, as you just saw on your screen. So there's where GSW is going to need a little offense from. They do have a freshman seeing some action now due to Collum's injury. Another freshman stepping in, and that was Miss Duda.
What?
Miss Duda from
Where's the table?
Sao Paulo, Brazil.
No.
The freshman number 15 hoping to provide a spark as well. North Georgia on the break. They've got it inside the 18. The turn. Will she fire? This shot off the mitts of Marone and back out to the near corner of the 18-yard box here. And it's another save for the Georgia Southwestern freshman keeper. A lot of work for Hannah between the pipes tonight. And as the sun starts to go down a little bit, if maybe we can lighten things up a little bit, we already did. Beautiful. Take some of those filters off to try to let the light through, and our ladies on the cameras have already brightened things up a little bit on your screen, which is good. And we'll slowly fade into the nighttime hours and the nighttime broadcast here as the sun starts to set. North Georgia getting ready for another substitution. Checking in will be number 6, Brooke Fitzhugh, a freshman from Griffin, Georgia. Uh-oh, opportunity here, left foot shot right to the chest of Marone. A good save and good position on that well-struck ball by number 12. The attempt was by Grace Morgan.
Hey, Grace. Hey, Lisa, hold. Go
Take
take
that,
that.
you higher. Good ball, Hannah. Come on, final, Josie. Calm down and play.
So when we get our next check-in, what we'll do is we'll bring up the team stat comparison between these two, so you can see again North Georgia cracking back or checking back into the latest top 25 poll as of yesterday. They come in at number 23. And there, in fact, will be the substitution, so we'll pull that up for you. The stat comparison as we introduce.
North Georgia substitution number 6, Brooke Fitzhugh.
Well, as you would expect, the stat line is definitely going to show comparing the season stats for these two teams. The Nighthawks averaging over 3 goals a game, 3 goals a match. They've got their 3 today. They're allowing just 1. It's flip-flop for the Lady Hurricanes. Shots heavily favor the Nighthawks. We'll take a look at the rest later as we wait for this corner kick to come through for the Nighthawks. We'll take another peek in case you didn't see the rest of those stats. Here's the corner in, defended by the Lady Hurricanes. Ooh, gets past 2 Georgia Southwestern ones. The little punch is going to miss the mark, and it'll be another corner kick. We'll bring it back real quick for you as she sets up for the corner. Shots on goal percentage, I mean, as you would expect, the numbers are favoring the Nighthawks. Corner kicks, a substantial edge, and here's another one for them. And there's another corner kick. Header is going to go up and over the post, and a goal kick coming up for Georgia Southwestern. Keeper hasn't had to stay too busy so far for the Nighthawks this season. As you mentioned, the saves category, she's had to make. Sabursky has been the starter. Actually, she's got in 2 games played. Tonight's starter, Hannah Gowdy, has started all 6 matches for North Georgia. Over 526 minutes coming in between the pipes. 759 save percentage, 22 saves. Opponents have had to save 59 North Georgia shot attempts. And as the graphics showed, the difference there, definitely flip-flopping for Marone and her teammate Moore, Victoria Moore, who has started a couple of matches. Marone getting her 6th start. Moore has 2 starts this season and close to 200 minutes. 667 save percentage, as you saw earlier for Hannah. 30 saves, 30 of the 50 Georgia Southwestern saves that have been made this season. Overall, GSW keepers have had to stop 50, while opponents have had to stop 34. North Georgia back in the 18. A good shot attempt here. Another save by Marone. She is doing her best to keep this one in check and at least keep the Lady Hurricanes within the striking distance here coming up on North Georgia. Good fight shown by the Lady Hurricanes in this one so far. Still trailing by 2, though, however. This one's going to go off of Nix, kind of off her upper shoulder, inside shoulder area, and out as it grazed her. Substitution for North Georgia.
North Georgia substitution number 5, Abby Crane.
Abby Crane checks in. And this one will get kicked away by Cochran. Trying to get it over the midfield stripe. North Georgia back on the attack. Marching in towards goal. Now she'll cut it in. Good work. Get over there. The rebound, it's going to be Gustafson trying to race in, but Shannon Walsh will boot it away for a throw in for North Georgia deep on their offensive end there. Just 5-10 yards up. Even a hair longer from where they threw it in from the corner flag. And a goal kick for Georgia Southwestern. Under 7 to go here in the first half. Game time temperatures were supposed to be right around 90, just a hair under. And thankfully we'll cool off a little bit here as the nighttime hours move in. Let's take a look at what the current temperature is in Americus. Nope, we haven't hit the dip yet. 92 is what's registering right now. 92. It was 94 earlier, so warm. conditions out there for the ladies in today's Peach Belt Conference action. Cochran tries to get it away. She will, but it'll be another corner kick coming up for North Georgia. For the Nighthawks, this will be corner kick number 4 of the first half. Substitution for North Georgia.
North Georgia substitution number 16, Logan Martin.
A sophomore from Richmond Hill, Georgia. So here's one thing that has been a little bit different from what you see a lot of the rosters that come across. Another header attempt, offsides. It did go off the post anyway, but it wasn't matter. It was waved off due to offsides. But kind of says a lot about the Atlanta area and the state of Georgia as far as talent goes and opportunities here for local players to play. North Georgia, a roster that consists of primarily Georgia players. A lot of times the rosters will come in and you'll see, depending on where the coach is from or their pipeline is of players, you know, it'll be anywhere from European players, South American, African, it just depends kind of where those pipelines are coming from. And so to see a team here doing this well and in the rankings with a roster composed primarily of Georgia players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In fact, 20 players calling Georgia home. Here's on the attack. She gets around Cochran. One-on-one opportunity. What a save by Marone and kicked away. Top-notch play by the freshman keeper. Another product of Georgia, as we mentioned, Alpharetta, her hometown. Oh, weaving in and out, and boy, she's going to have, thought she was going to have another one-on-one stop that she was going to get called on. Boy, excellent work by Hannah to keep this a 2-goal score, or differential anyway. This one up in the air. No problem going up to get that one. And it's hard to believe that Hannah's only got credit for 3 saves. It seems like she's been a lot busier than that. I'm up above. We've got the scorers down below. Another shot. This one, nothing she can do about that one. Great placement, great angle. Low ball gets past Marone, and it'll be goal number 4. I believe that one was scored by number 5. And in fact, it was. The freshman puts one in.
North Georgia goal scored by number 5, Abby Crane.
Peachtree City, the hometown for Abby Crane. And for the freshman, it is, she said she was a freshman, yep. For the freshman Crane, that's going to be goal number 2 of her collegiate career.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Got 3 saves and a team save down so far for Marone, but she has been busy and had to make some great stops. I know a couple of the shots have gone, you know, they've missed just wide one way or the other for North Georgia. Some good looks they've had, some close punch-ins and tap-ins on near the goal that have just been mishit or just misdirected slightly. I could be wrong. Well, those 3 saves that she's made has been stellar anyways. about approaching a minute and a half. Got about 90 seconds to go here until the break. Some of the darker clouds starting to roll in. I know our men's program there at West Point, Georgia, Point University, they were supposed to play at 4:30. They were well over an hour into a lightning delay, so it was coming this way. Hopefully this one will get in okay without there being any delays and get everybody to safety and get North Georgia back on the road to Dahlonega here at a decent hour. So, but some dark clouds are starting to roll in. As we approach 1 minute, we'll announce it as we are obligated to do.
1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
And Coach Adams has made a fair amount of substitutions here in the early going, keeping the legs fresh as he's gone to 7 of his subs over the opening 45. Under 30 seconds now until the break, and we get ready for our ever popular Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge. They'll be coming to you here shortly. We'll also unfortunately have to mute the audio so YouTube doesn't get mad at us.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that'll do it for the first half of action here from Hurricane Field. The visiting Nighthawks from North Georgia lead 4-1. We'll get the field set up for our halftime entertainment provided by you, the fans. Let's see what kind of participation we've got today. I think just about everybody that wants to take a crack at it can. It's the ever popular Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge. We'll set the course up here in just a moment. A flag stick will be placed somewhere just beyond or to your side of the field, beyond the midfield circle. Flag stick will be set up. We'll take couple of clubs. We've got a left and a right club, depending on which side you like to swing it from. Set it up down in the corner just to the left, your left of the bleachers. And it's real simple. Closest to the flag stick wins a Two Dukes Barbecue prize package. That's a combo, chips, and a drink. College combo at Two Dukes Barbecue, which is about a block away from campus. If you're sitting in the bleachers, it'll be to your right. Go through the intersection. Go to the next light after that, which is about a block away. Boom, on your right-hand side, Two Dukes Barbecue, only in Americus. And a chance to take home a free meal here tonight. Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge. We'll also hook you up with a GSW Athletic Department t-shirt. So a t-shirt, Two Dukes Barbecue to our winning chipper. And that looks about right, Coach Hicks. I like it. I like it. A good Wednesday pin placement right there. Guys are walking the clubs across. You can see them coming in your direction. Again, anyone that wants to participate, hey, don't be shy. Don't be shy. We're all friends. We're all family here. No problem. Come on down. Take a chip if you duff it. No big deal. Don't worry about it. You never know where this one could roll. It could roll right up by the flag stick. That's all you need to do to take home the prize. Again, closest to the flag stick wins that Two Dukes Barbecue College combo. We'll get going. You see where the guys are located down there. Again, you don't have to take a very hard swing either. Don't worry. Please don't take a full swing or you'll put it right into the GSW huddle. So just take a nice easy swing and pitch it right up there by Coach Hicks. Let the ground work to your advantage and roll it up there. Again, closest to the flag stick wins, and anyone who wants to take a swing can. We just ask that whoever's taking the chip, that the others waiting, please give them plenty of room. We don't want to get anybody clipped on the backswing. So please be safe. We'll find you a little chipping music and we'll be back in a moment.
So we'll set things up for our halftime break. Again, 4-1 the score. We've got about 12:40 until the play resumes for the second half. We're going to go off the air audio-wise. You can watch the Chipping Challenge, which I'm sure you're dying to do. A couple of commercials along the way as well. A couple of commercials trickling in, and the chipping contest is coming your way. Watching it right here on the Surge Sports Network, our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics. GSW Athletics, the hub and home of the Surge Sports Network, right here for you. 4-1 the score. We'll be back. Set your timers. Come on back. 12:15 until play resumes. Halftime break here at Hurricane Field.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
So welcome back for the second half of action. Break is over, play resumes, and the Nighthawks in possession here, holding that 4-1 lead. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. Hope you had a chance to grab a snack and get ready for the second half of action again. Lots of options out there. We appreciate you choosing to spend a little bit of your time here to watch some Peach Belt Conference women's soccer action. So, quick scan around. Looks like the Lady Hurricanes pretty much with the same roster that they had out there at the end of the first half. They did make a substitution where Jasmine Westbrook had gotten in. I think Miss Jasmine is still out there. So as this team switched sides, and if you are just joining us and kind of figured it out, North Georgia's second half of action will be moving from right to left offensively across your screen. The North Georgia bench is to our right, the right of our camera angle here. So you can hear GSW head coach Rodriguez, Enrique Rodriguez, coming from the left speaker. As they're down here, good move, turn, shot, Marone with a save. She can't save the second one though. The follow-in is made there and the goal is scored. That looks like it'll be 25 Van Horn with the follow-up. And a great stop by on a laser at Marone, but she can't stop the second one.
North Georgia goal number 25, Renee Van Horn.
Well, 5-1 now the score in favor of the 23rd ranked Nighthawks. Yep, they gave it to Abby Crane. I'll have to see. I apologize if I got it wrong. On my end, perhaps it was Van Horn who took that first shot. We'll get it straight away on the final box score. We'll go back and check it out. I apologize if I got it wrong. If I didn't, then we need to fix the box score. But the Nighthawks have quickly added to their lead, less than just about 2 minutes into the second half of action. A quick strike, good dribbling got us through. A laser right at Marone, who was able to get a glove on it, but picked up cleanly out of the air on that boot. Second one is too much for her to handle. You got to give her a save on that first one. Come on. We'll have to add a save for Marone on the first kick. Because Hannah, we don't want to take away, she's had some hard-earned stops today, and so her numbers should be a little bit higher than they are as far as saves go. She's had a lot of work to do, and still more to go perhaps as the Nighthawks are on the march again. Here they come, moving it back to the middle. Now there's the cross, misses the intended target as they kind of had a little miscommunication there, and 25 Van Horn was looking to go in for the score. That ball served behind her, and they'll have to regroup and reset.
Come on our toes. Here we go. Read it. Be so early.
Okay, Dula, get involved now.
Lady Hurricanes try to get a little lead past, way too much pasture to cover for Georgia Southwestern. I think that's, Hawkins on the far side. Just no chance for her to track that one down, and North Georgia pounces on it quickly, and the Nighthawks regroup and will look to move forward. Here's Van Horn, a good lead pass into her intended target, the left-handed kick, booted away by Marone, another save. This one to the back post, off the crossbar, the header just misses, cleared away. this pass will be safely drifting left of the goal and out of play. Under 40 to go in this one. That header back, it'll be Cochran who has to get it out of harm's way, but a corner kick coming up for North Georgia. North Georgia corner kick number 5 of the match. Nope, I'm sorry, that went off the, my bad. That one went off, it'll be. My apologies, that went off a North Georgia player, and or perhaps it was called, might have been called offsides. Might have been an offsides call. Well, I mentioned North Georgia cracking back into the top 25 in the polls as of the most recent poll released yesterday. 2 Peach Belt Conference schools. The top 2 in the conference are currently in the top 25. Cochran with a throw in. But we'll kind of review the Peach Belt Conference standings at the next opportunity. No rush there. When present to itself, and we got a slide for that too. So we'll give you a quick graphic of where everybody stands in the Peach Belt Conference coming into play today at the next somewhat slow moment of play. Marching in, Lady Hurricanes able to get the tackle, get her out of there, and get that ball back momentarily, back to the middle. Oh, tries to leave it, but Ahmed didn't have a chance to regroup and get back to that one. Little miscommunication with Barr. Far side of the field now. Down to the corner. Still in play. And I passed a little too much on it. Too much mustard, as they would say. I don't know who's they, but somebody. North Georgia, some dribbling up top. Sundstrom originally, number 8, the knee brace on. Now she's got the ball. Sundstrom again for North Georgia. Boy, nobody wants to stop the ball. Here she goes, shot in. That one will drift wide, and that'll give us a chance to look at the Peach Belt Conference standings coming in. It'll be you look at the overall standings on the left, the numbers on the left, and then the Peach Belt standings and results on the right. Columbus State 5-0-1 overall, 2-0 atop the conference. They're one of the 2 ranked teams. North Georgia also undefeated in conference play, 5-1, as we mentioned, coming in. Right behind them is Flagler, Georgia College, Clayton State, and Young Harris. Team still looking for their first Peach Belt Conference win of the season. Lander, UNC Pembroke, USC Aiken. Neither of those 2, Pembroke or Aiken, have played a Peach Belt match yet. Francis Marion, and of course GSW. So there's a look at your Peach Belt Conference standings here in the early going. Again, just a few matches into Peach Belt Conference play. But North Georgia and Columbus State, the 2 perennial powers, to be on a crash course to lock horns again and fight out the regular season title. Of course, it's still early on, and there's the programs like Flagler and Georgia College, even Young Harris as of late, that like to throw their hat in the ring too and see if they can disrupt things a little bit and provide a challenge for actually UNC Pembroke as well has had some success against the top dogs here recently. So see how it goes. A little farther along, I think, than the men. Now the men's side of the Peach Belt Conference play, they only have 8 schools. There's no Columbus State, and if you're a Peach Belt aficionado, you're well aware of this by now, but if not, Lady Hurricanes try to get the ball out of harm's way here. No Georgia College, no Columbus State, and no UNC Pembroke. So those 3 schools do not have a men's soccer program, so they're just at the kind of the bare minimum for the tournament there with their 8 teams and 11 here on the women's side. Under 35 to go. Thankfully, it looks like the rain clouds are going to stay away. The men's match at Point University has actually been officially suspended. The Hurricanes are back on their way home. Weather and lightning delays just too much, and the white flag and Mother Nature wins, and the Hurricanes will come home with no match played today. Load up the bus and head on back. That was supposed to be a 4:30 start in West Point, Georgia. And the Hurricanes it was their final, and I don't know if it'll be rescheduled or not. Probably not at this point. But you can always find out on gswcanes.com. But that was, they had a challenge ahead of them as the Skyhawks were 6-0-1. So GSW would have had to try to knock them from the ranks of the undefeated. It was their final. Oh, North Georgia coming here, shot off a teammate. And it'll bounce, or rather lift and drop into the arms of Maroon. But last road stick with me on this one, last road non-conference match. They've got one more non-conference match left this season, the men do, against Shaw, and that's coming 1 week from today. The only midday matchup of the season now, with there being lights at Hurricane Field. So 1 o'clock the women play, 3:30 the men play. Shaw the opponent in both of those contests.
All right, the next one. You have A. That is the only option? Fine. You can play, you play.
Get on the right shoulder of the defenders. Early movement.
Nice ball right up here towards the tower on the near side. Down the line it goes. Foul will be called on Georgia Southwestern. I believe that was Baker who got a little bit into the back. And quickly off is North Georgia. This one off of Shannon Walsh. Good job defensively. She'll clear it. Out of bounds. Reset coming. And a throw in by the Nighthawks. Service in. Uh-oh, this is trouble. Marone will pick it up on the one hop.
Abby and Haley, get warm.
Closer. Good ball, Hannah. Hot up. Yes. Again, Josie. Good. Hey.
Haley, get warm.
Watch it through, Alisa. Connect. All the way over here, do that. All the way! All the way, do that. Read it in your back. Go ahead. Go ahead. Rachel, sit down, Lucy. Watch it through, Ashley.
High ball. Cochran gets the first touch. The header goes out of bounds. Throw in coming forward. The Nighthawks, a couple of subs. Second half subs. First of the
Behind, Rach. Behind, Rach.
half coming up. And there'll be subs for both teams. Looks like a couple of 3 North Georgia players looking ready to come in. One Georgia Southwestern player, whistle blown. We'll set that ball back down and get ready to continue. This one is going to get, yep, good job by Baker to get that one out of there. Baker, a freshman from Jacksonville, Florida. And it looks like we'll have mass substitutions here as both teams. I don't know if I can call them all out quickly enough. Substitutions for both schools for North Georgia. Number 3, Haley Elmore. Number 5, Abby Crane. Number 17, Bailey Swindell. Georgia Southwestern substitution is number 12, Brenna Mendonca. Brenna Mendonca gets her first action of the evening. Quick call on here as Coach Rodriguez goes to the junior from California. Transfer from, man, I hope I say this right, Lassen? Got to be Lassen, right? Lassen College, California native. So kind of a good mix of younger players as well as some of the players that have been through a couple of coaching changes in their 4 years here. You've got all of our seniors. This would be their third coach in 4 years. So they've had to, you know, stick with it, and hats off to the ladies that have managed to stay, you know, loyal to the program, see it through, work with the new, you know, theories and strategies and still get through this. Coach Rodriguez, his second year, so the last 2 years have been under Enrique. But the third coach in 4 years for our seniors. But they're mixed in with some youth. I mentioned in the starting lineup, Elisa Barr, a freshman. Ms. Eduarda is just a freshman. Now Ashlyn Baker, also a freshman, number 17. Emily Collum, who's injured, is a freshman that has seen significant playing time. Shannon Walsh, just a sophomore. And Shyla Stoops has seen plenty of playing time. I think she's got a couple of starts until she got injured. So kind of a mixture of old and new here. This one through. Marone's got to get back up. The shot quickly recovers and in. It'll go. That one will all be on the boots of number 3, doing all the work on her own on that one. Haley Elmore, the freshman from Savannah.
North Georgia goal scored by number 3, Haley Elmore.
So, and again, we talked about this earlier, plenty of youth on the North Georgia side as well. There, another freshman gets a goal there. 6-1, the score now. Elmore with the score. Let's see if for her that would be, she's a freshman as well. So let's check the stat sheet. A couple of subs coming in, 15 and 21. For Elmore. That is. There you go. Hopefully her folks are watching because she just booted in her first collegiate goal. So congratulations to her. I mentioned 21 and 15, I believe, were the check-ins for North Georgia. So you've got Meredith Tucker back in. And Caitlin Kaufman. Kaufman, a redshirt sophomore. Tucker, the freshman.
Ella, take care of the ball when we're going forward. 5 options. 1 blue. We give it to the blue. Keep going. Stay focused, White. Stay focused on it. Next ball, hold up, next ball. Next ball for the ball. Everybody focus.
Sophomore coming in, number 24.
Checking in for North Georgia, number 24, Caroline Nelson.
Just double if you can. You ready, Joseph? They play back. Double brain out. You got no man. Double. Wherever the ball goes.
Well, 4 goals in the opening 45 minutes. We're not quite halfway through the second 45, and North Georgia seems to be on that same pace. They've got 2 goals in this half. And that's why with the Georgia Southwestern goal coming early in the first half of this one, it was actually a 2-1 game at one point, and now 6-1 in favor of the 23rd ranked Nighthawks. That one served up and cradled in by Marone.
Bounce, White. Come on. Well, time to get.
That one will be whistled out on the Lady Hurricanes, so a goal kick ensues for North Georgia. Header up in the air. Nice job by Hawkins to box her out. She tries to leave it out on the far side. Just running out of real estate, though. But a corner kick coming up for GSW. First corner kick of the evening for Georgia Southwestern. See where the Lady Hurricanes loft this one up.
Make it happen, White.
Signs there. Shot. No height on that one. That one stays low. But follow-up kick booted out by the wall, or the sea of jerseys in front. And the 18 foul, it will be on. Quickly played. And it'll be Marone who will wait for it. Yep. Standing right at the 18 line, and she'll wait for it to come to her. Had to take a step back as she realized where she was on the field. And will boot this one high, but not particularly long. The shorter kicks from Hannah so far this evening, but might work out to the Lady Hurricanes' advantage. Here they come. Pass down. They're trying to find Baker. Or no, I'm sorry. That's Brenna. This one served up, high ball. Keeper is there first, however. And Gowdy. I think it's still Gowdy in between. Did they make a sub? They did actually make a substitution in the second half. New keeper for North Georgia getting some action now. And that was Caitlin Sabursky, who gets to come on and has see some time on the pitch in the second half. Here's the feed. It's what's up top, off the crossbar, follow up, no, back to the keeper. Oh, Hurricanes with a chance. Woo. But nothing doing. It remains a 5-goal differential, but a little flair, a little something on the offensive end for Georgia Southwestern on that one. Got the home fans up and excited for at least a moment. Off the crossbar, the bounce almost got to Hawkins, the rebound right there. So a follow-up and a stop for Sabursky. Nice ball. Will she get there in time? She does. First one there. Now running out of real estate. Has to bring it back to the middle. And thankfully, the Hurricanes playing the angles, and they're able to get that one at least back for a moment, forcing North Georgia to reset on the their offensive end. Lady Hurricane, not quite. Good job to get a foot in there and knock it out by the Nighthawks defense. Lady Canes got something going. That pass is just going to be too far ahead. Not quite. Josie Nix, the intended target on that one. Layla Ahmed with the lead pass, trying to set up Nix. The right idea. kinds of targets here on the blue end. Nice move back to the middle. She's got one goal already. This time runs into a double team.
Don't stop!
North Georgia trying to leave it out. Maroon gets there first. Under 20 to go in the match. Hurricanes getting ready for a substitution. Back in the match will be Miss Duda, number 15, Eduardo just coming back in. Subs for both teams.
Checking in for back in the match for the Lady Hurricanes. Number 15 is Duda. And back in the match for North Georgia. Number 6, Brooke Fitzu.
Pass to the middle. Now back to the outside as they march towards the goal. Cuts in. Pass. Deflected. Oh, right through. She's going to have a shot. Wide open. Punches it in with the right foot. Splits the gap. That one all by herself. Good piece of dribbling there to get through the middle and take it to the goal. That goal, I believe, is number 6. I think she just checked in.
Get central. Alison, get outside here. Outside.
Stop, please.
So that's number 8 that scores that goal. Number 8.
Caroline, hold.
Bro, just breathe over here and send it from here.
North Georgia goal scored by number 8, Michaela Sundstrom.
So Sundstrom scores, makes it 7-1 now, the score in favor of the Nighthawks. Sundstrom came in 10 shots, no goals yet, so that's her first of the season.
Talk, Leila. Talk to everybody. Organize. Not only you, organize. Now get closer to 21.
Another shot. That one is saved by Marone, as that one's right to her chest.
Yes, there. Great step. Well done there. Show. Yes, go on.
Spins. Well, that last goal a little bit disheartening just from the fact that it was a great play offensively for North Georgia. She saw the opening and sprinted towards the goal, but you hate to see somebody dribble right down the middle of the field. She saw the opening and just made a great break for it, but Georgia Southwestern leaves 2 defenders just to watch her go by, and that one rough. Lady Hurricanes try to get a shot off.
Delay now. Rachel, don't dive. She wants you to dive. Look at that. There you go. Get him more.
Well, as we get close to 15 minutes, we'll do our final graphic of the evening, and that'll be the upcoming games for the Lady Hurricanes. We're in no rush. We'll wait till there's a little break in the action, but take a peek at the upcoming schedule for Coach Rodriguez and the Lady Hurricanes in just a moment when the opportunity presents itself. North Georgia on the march again. Here come the Nighthawks. This one squirts through. Thankfully, not enough pace. She has to stop and wait for the ball to get to her. Otherwise, that had the potential for some trouble. Long kick to the left of the goal, and that'll be a great chance for us to take a look at the upcoming schedule for Georgia Southwestern. So again, as I mentioned, Francis Marion is next up. 2 home games this Saturday, and then next Wednesday. That's a 1 o'clock start next Wednesday. A 5:30 start, again, is the time this Saturday. Couple of road games, road matches. Young Harrison Flagler UNC Pembroke squeezed in for a home match on the 13th, and then it's off to Columbus State, top of the Peach Belt Conference. So that'll be it. Here comes North Georgia again, just in time to catch that shot, and that one will go right to the keeper, Marone. The shot coming off of the boot of Kaufman, Caitlin Kaufman. So mark your calendars. Again, those home dates. You don't really have to mark your calendar. However, if you want to watch the action, you can just subscribe to the channel. We got one subscriber tonight. We're well over 500 now, and we appreciate the support. But there is a benefit to you if you have an interest in following the home action, whether it's men's soccer, men's or women's basketball, baseball, softball in the spring. Just hit the subscribe button, and if you so choose, or you can, oh, here comes the Nighthawks on the march. Pass through, this one knocked away by Walsh. But you can choose to get notifications, and that way when we go live, you'll be right there and be ready for the action, and you don't have to sit at your computer or put it in your calendar. YouTube will let you know. And again, that's the hub of the Surge Sports Network, our broadcasting platform for GSW Athletics. So just subscribe today. Be one of the 500 plus to do so. And it's why that might come in handy. Well, we have already had one lightning delay this year, and that was before we went on the air. And we're kind of in a situation out here with our wireless, straight wireless broadcast, that we have to kind of hold on to that bandwidth and that data as long as we can. So there was no way to, we didn't announce that there was a delay. People tuned in at match time hoping to catch the action. And of course, we actually had to wait about an extra 15 or 20 minutes because the delay happened during warm-ups. So we never had a chance to tell you that was coming except through social media outlets. So, and not everybody, hard to believe, but not everybody's on social media. But you get that subscription, and the second we go live, boom, you get the notification, we're good to go. So anyway, here we go, another kick for North Georgia. Taking it'll be number 21. So that's my selfless plug there for them. High over the crossbar, and a goal kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes. Speaking of social media, GSW Athletics is not only how you can find us on YouTube, GSW Athletics, but that's also our location on Twitter. So if you like to tweet, find us on Twitter at GSW Athletics. For those of you that are Facebook or Instagram users, it's going to be slightly different. GSW Hurricanes. GSW Hurricanes on Facebook and Instagram. Another sub waiting to check in for North Georgia as we're just over 12 minutes to go in this one. Turn and back to the middle we go. Here she comes, at a little distance. Cochran trying to play the defensive stopper on that exchange. Back at it again is Cochran. This one, Hurricanes whistled for the foul, thankfully just on the outside of the 18. So no penalty kick, but rather a free kick coming up. GSW will have to make the wall. They'll have a chance to get this one up, a four-person wall. Looks like it's coming. Yep, gonna have to. Marone trying to get them lined up. We'll be very interested to see where she goes with this one. An opportunity, different places, this close in for Tucker to see what she can do. Or will she choose to serve it in for a teammate? There comes the kick, goes up top, just over the crossbar. And the Lady Canes able to dodge that one. Substitution for North Georgia, number 23 checking back into the match. That's a starter, the sophomore defender from Marietta.
Checking in for North Georgia, number 23, Mackenzie Brennan.
So Brennan back in for the Nighthawks. Breakaway chance. Here's the shot. Got to get around Marone. What a stop. And she falls on the ball. Whew. To save that effort from the Nighthawks. Another good piece of work by Marone. Well, this one a little bit deeper for the Nighthawks. Maybe they like to have a little extra green space on the free kick. Back to the left side it'll come. And North Georgia will set up for something at the, can't quite get it to the far post, so this will one hop to Marone. Just under 9 minutes remaining. And here come the Nighthawks again. Woo, thankfully, good job to get a leg in on that one. Good piece of work defensively. That's Baker back there for the Lady Hurricanes. They had something brewing again on that march down the field. The numbers actually in their favor.
Oh, we gotta connect. Caroline, that comes right back if we don't hit the target. Caroline, let's simplify a little bit. Don't always hit the Houdini ball.
GSW waiting to make a substitution in. Turn and go for the Nighthawks. Back in, yeah. Going towards the defense, thankfully. And Barr will have to bring it back. Lady Hurricanes getting ready to make a substitution with just over 7 to go. And it looks like it'll be, yeah, Westbrook coming back in for Georgia Southwestern. Barr here, deflection. Kicked away. Ah, that one gets, Rachel's does a good job. Kind of a forearm on the back as she runs along with her, but able to catch up and at least slow down that attack. Wide line here for the Nighthawks, but they come back to the middle, which has been, it's been there. The opportunities have been there for them to attack. 3-match winning streak the Nighthawks are on right now. They're looking to get it number 4. Are 6 minutes away from extending it to a 4-match winning streak. 6-1 overall and 3-0 in Peach Belt Conference play. Three and 1 at home, and now 3-0 on the road is how things will shake out for the Nighthawks with the win here today. The only loss of the season came against Lee University back on September 6th. Their 3rd match of the season. They were 2-0 heading into that one, of course, and lost 3-2. A rare home loss against, and that one came against Lee. They picked up a win against number 18 Limestone. They obviously regrouped well and came out with a 3-1 win over number 18 Limestone. And here come the Nighthawks again. They've got a little opening on the space, marching in towards the goal. We'll flick it back to the middle, and that's where the Hurricanes this time are waiting. The Limestone win came on the road, and they followed that up with a 2-1 win against then-ranked number 13 Georgia College. Last time out was a 4-1 win against Francis Marion. That was in Florence. And that came on Sunday. 4-1 North Georgia, a winner in that one. And just so happens that Francis Marion is the next opponent for Georgia Southwestern. So see how that one shakes out. 4-1 at Francis Marion, 7-1 here in Americus against GSW. So I guess that would make the early Vegas line in favor of the Patriots, but should be a very competitive match and one that maybe can pick up a win for the Hurricanes, get them in the W in the Peach Belt Conference. Under 5 minutes to go, so with a North Georgia substitution, the clock will stop. The home team making, or the winning team making a sub.
Multiple substitutions for both teams.
So at least three, so we're kind of behind your camera angles here. It looks like there were 3 North Georgia players came in, 1 for Georgia Southwestern on that exchange. And that whistle. Clock resumes, under 4 now to go. Deflection out, so I don't know how that'll play out with Collins' concussion issue. What mandatory, I think she's got at least a week, so that'd be cutting it right at a week, so I don't know if she'd be eligible to play, but it'd be all right to get her back, and a couple of other Lady Canes nicked up that maybe can help us load up for a match like that against Francis Marion. That GSW pull off a win in that column, get themselves their first Peach Belt Conference victory for Enrique. Seem to be moving in the right direction. This one, of course, has been in control by North Georgia, but we've seen, folks, if you've been with us through the years, and most of you haven't, I guess you just say the truth. The ball doesn't always get on the offensive end for GSW against some of these top-tier teams. So the fact that the Hurricanes have been able to push a little bit offensively, it's been, you know, sporadic, but the fact that is a glimmer of hope for this thing moving in the right direction for Coach and for this program. So you're seeing improvements slowly but surely this way. But this one, again, a no-doubter. It's been North Georgia from the get-go. Well, like I said, I've watched matches where the Lady Hurricanes have not even been able to get the ball over the midfield stripe for the entire match. So a little something brewing here today, and a little sign of life on the offensive end. But North Georgia in control as they've been throughout. And, of course, now they're taking on several of the non-starters for the Nighthawks here in the second half. Under 2 minutes to go. Ooh, man, lightning. Let's not blow the whistle now. This one, a nice through ball. Will they get there in time? Nope, Marone beat her to it. Good timing, good slide. That had potential for goal number 8, but not to be. And we'll get ready to count this one down and at least make the 1 minute announcement here as the clock ticks down. Minute 5 on the official match clock. Might be a second off from your screen.
1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute.
Lady Hurricanes will make a substitution. Late sub getting in for the last minute. Back in the match is number 12, Brenna Mendonca. And that's something to be said for Mendonca because she, well, this is her 6th appearance of the season, 6th match she's been in. Back to the middle, trying to make one last push before the horn sounds. Well, I think we're just in time as this one is going to count down.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hang with us, folks. We'll have a post-match wrap-up. Real brief one here in just a second, but we'll address the crowd in attendance before we come on back. So hang with us. We'll be back momentarily for a quick post-match wrap-up here on the Surge Sports Network. 7-1. The Nighthawks victorious. North Georgia defeats Georgia Southwestern.
That'll do it for tonight's matchup, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for coming out. We look like we're getting this one through just in time as the clouds showing signs of some lightning in the area. So please get to cover as soon as you can and get on the road and head on home or wherever you may be. We hope you get heading. We hope you get there safely. Thanks for watching tonight's match. The 23rd ranked Nighthawks from the University of North Georgia 7, Georgia Southwestern 1. That'll do it. Again, the Lady Hurricanes are back in action this Saturday. Just the ladies, so make sure you come back and watch it. It's a big Peach Belt Conference matchup against Francis Marion. Francis Marion is the opponent. It's a 5:30 start, so an extra half hour early on Saturday. But come on back again. That start time on Saturday against Francis Marion is 5:30, but you can always follow the action online on our website. Stay in touch with the Lady Hurricanes throughout the season and the off-season. For that matter, gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. Again, the road behind us, very busy. It looks like they are slowing down and stopping, but try to use the crosswalk. Look both ways, be safe, get home safely, and we hope to see you back here on Saturday night, 5:30 again, your start time this Saturday for Georgia Southwestern, the women against Francis Marion. Take care and have a great night.
Well, that will do it. You heard me kind of say a little spiel of the final crowd. For those of you still tuned in, thanks for tuning in. This one, a 7-1 win for the visitors from North Georgia. University of North Georgia, again, they're ranked as number 23 in the country. The Nighthawks come in and get the 7-1 victory. With that win, they remain undefeated in Peach Belt Conference play, 3-0 in Peach Belt action, and 6-1 overall. Georgia Southwestern still looking for that first Peach Belt win. They're 0-3, 2-6 overall now this season for second-year coach Enrique Rodriguez. Francis Marion's on tap. Comes up next. You heard me say that. 5:30 on Saturday here in Americus. We'll go live just about 5 minutes before kickoff on the Surge Sports Network right here on YouTube. You can find us at GSW Athletics. But again, the easiest thing to do is subscribe and get that notification of when we go live so you can follow along wherever you may be. Francis Marion is still looking for their first Peach Belt Conference win as well. They're 0-2 in conference play, so something's got to give. This Saturday, tonight, who is Francis Marion in action against? Georgia College. So they had a tough one in front of them, and we are not sure the outcome of that, but it's very possible and it would seem like we're set up for a good affair on Saturday here from Hurricane Field. Next Wednesday, again, if you are making a note, it's our only afternoon contest. Again, 1 week from today, when Shaw, the final non-conference match, well, not final for the men, the women still got Albany State. But that'll be it. That's our only afternoon match, so that's a 1 o'clock Wednesday start. But this Saturday, 5:30. Anyway, we'll run down I guess the live. My computer is a little bit off. I think we were having trouble with our hotspot, so I don't have the final goal in here, which means my stats won't be 100% accurate. But I can tell you the first goal of the match was scored, first two matches of tonight scored by the Nighthawks. It came from Renee Van Horn, first goal, quickly on the board, 1 minute and 13 seconds into this one to give North Georgia the 1-0 lead. Here we go. Yeah, second goal is actually going to be, that we got to get changed. That one his coach is talking to right now, I believe, will be Rosie Embley. Rosie Embley had the second goal of the match. Her assist, we believe, will be credited to Van Horn, but we'll have to come back and take a look at that one. But should be Embley getting the second one. So 2-0 was the score, only 6 minutes and 35 seconds into play. But Georgia Southwestern, for the first time in 4 years against the Nighthawks, put one between the pipes. It was Ella Hawkins in the 15th minute, make it a 2-1 game. And again, Georgia Southwestern had been shut out 3 straight times against the Nighthawks. Their last goal against North Georgia coming back, so it would be 17, 16, 15, 14, 2014. There you go. Meredith Tucker. Now, again, these stats is what's being reported right now in the box score. We may have to make some tweaks, but 25th minute, just into the 25th minute, Meredith Tucker off of a pass from Chartouni 3-1 was the score. Abby Crane got the final goal of the first half off from Asa Thornton, and that came at the 42nd minute, right at the end of the 42nd minute. 4-1 the score at the halftime break. North Georgia tacks on 3 goals in this final 45. Van Horn again attacks her second goal of the day. Came in the 47th minute. Haley Elmore scores in the 61st minute, and Michaela Sundstrom picks up goal number 7 and converts the football extra point. So there you go, 7-1 the final. Might sound like I mean, it definitely was a one-sided affair, but as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, if you look where we've been the last 3 years, if you date back 3 years ago, even if you go back 4 years, it was 11-1, 11-0, 8-0, 10-0, and this year's 7-1. So maybe GSW is heading this thing in the right direction. But a comfortable win nonetheless for the nationally ranked Nighthawks. They'll move on to their next opponent. Georgia Southwestern has to regroup because they got a big one coming up again on Saturday against Francis Marion. You can always, next up for Georgia College, or excuse me, North Georgia rather, is a home game, their soccer alumni night coming up against USC Aiken, and that'll be this Saturday. So for North Georgia, it's a matchup against USC Aiken that awaits them. They get to go back home and resume their Peach Belt Conference schedule as well. So that'll do it from Hurricane Field. We thank you for tuning in tonight, as there hasn't been a whole lot to stare at. We're picking things up and putting things away here at Hurricane Field. Thanks for tuning in. Again, one last plug, social media, GSW Hurricanes on Facebook and Instagram. GSW Hurricanes on Facebook and Instagram. And then GSW Athletics is YouTube, where you're watching this broadcast right now, the hub of the Surge Sports Network. And it's also our Twitter account as well, GSW Athletics. Thanks for tuning in tonight. You've been watching Georgia Southwestern State University Women's Soccer on the Surge Sports Network. Have a great night.